When I hear the word ergo in the name of any product, I'm a little bit skeptical as a designer, but this product is different.
They've taken this computerized knit process from the footwear industry and brought it into baby carriers.
Creating a breathable baby carrier that's more comfortable for the parent and for the baby.
The originality in it is the fact that it's rapid prototyped. So it's almost like manufacturing on demand in a way.
And by the way, it looks about as cool as an Italian Missoni sweater.
Here in Los Angeles, there's a company that's designing products for the most precious cargo in the world. Demetrius?
Yeah, Paul, welcome.
How are you?
Good, and you?
Tell me about Ergobaby,
Ergobaby,
please.
where do we start? Well, we're founded in Maui, about 14 years old, and we are the world's #1 baby carrier company.
And tell me, what's important when designing, say, a modern baby carrier?
So we focus on things like comfort, so ergonomics being key to that. Heat becomes a big issue, so breathability is super important. And then aesthetic, like you have to have something that is really appealing visually to parents all over the world. And last and certainly most importantly is bonding. I mean, at the end of the day, we are facilitating a bonding connection between someone who's wearing a child and their most precious cargo.
And is there a product that you're particularly proud of, or it exemplifies your design ethos?
We're super excited about it. It's our Aerloom formaknit carrier. It's done in an entirely different way. It's the first to market. It's totally different than anything that we've done before.
Well, let's check it out. Kevin, hi.
Hey, how's it going?
You have a product to show me.
I do. So we have the Ergobaby formaknit Aerloom carrier.
Wow, I haven't seen anything quite like this.
And we got a lot of our inspiration from shoes, performance wear, yoga, those types of materials, because they're able to get this seamless, different textures and lightweight comfort. And we tried to adapt that to the carrier.
And how's it made? How's it constructed?
So you've heard of 3D printing, I assume?
I have, but not for knitted items.
So you take a design, a pattern, and then it is put into a computer, and then that is engineered to come out of the knitting machine. And we were able to engineer different textures, colors, shape.
And I should imagine that's a very useful design asset, because effectively this is a fashion item, I would suggest.
Yeah, it is. And so we tried to make something that was more unique and something a little more fashion forward. So we had an infinite palette of colors and how we were able to blend those and have this gradient texture kind of coming through.
It's actually an incredibly attractive garment.
Yeah.
I mean, it's something that you would conceivably wear.
Definitely.
Ali, you're a new mum.
I am.
I'm interested in comfort. Tell me how it feels.
I feel very comfortable wearing this carrier. My baby feels secure. It's also really breathable. I have a very hot little baby in hot Southern California, and it keeps us cool.
Rodney, how did you achieve this level of comfort?
Well, we do it through the knit. You can see that the shoulder straps are actually shaped and formed to the body. We also have the lumbar support, which has an added bonus of a zipper pocket. The carrier actually comes out of the bottom of the waist belt, which actually makes it a little bit more comfortable as well, in that when it comes up, you don't have a waistband that's digging into your body as well.
What does Iggy think?
Well, I can tell that it's comfortable for him because when I put him in, his body relaxes.
So you can see there's a good shape here that we've created. We're creating a little bit more of a bucket seat.
Yep.
And you can see some of that is through the shaping of the carrier. In doing this, what we're trying to achieve is make sure that the baby's not dangling, that the baby's actually seated, or what we call a squat spread position. Also, you can see the baby's back is not arching back at all. So all of these things that we've talked about, the stretchability, the breathability, all contribute to comfort. And I think you should try it on.
Me?
Yeah.
It works. It's comfortable, it's breathable, it feels secure, and the best part for me, it's made from sustainable materials and processes. Okay, time for a test drive.
Wait a minute, Paul, I think you forgot something.
Oh, of course, the baby. You're a cute little thing, aren't you? Eh? Aww. RKS Design were involved in the development of this project, so Ravi Sawhney withdraws from the discussion.
I'm a parent, so I know the pains of waking up in the middle of the night to feed your baby. This next product makes it super easy to do that really quick.
Hi, Kara. And Mia.
Hi, Dan.
Hi, Dan.
Hi. Well, tell me about Baby Barista. Like, how did you come up with this? Why did you do this?
Well, Mia is my youngest daughter, and she was born with Down syndrome. People with Down syndrome often have trouble breastfeeding. They can't latch appropriately because they have low muscle tone. One morning, at like 3 a.m., I'm in my kitchen holding Mia in one arm. She's crying and screaming and hungry, and I'm trying to assemble the ingredients of the bottle with my other arm. I just glanced up at my coffee maker and I had an epiphany. I said, how can I have coffee in under 30 seconds? Mia has to wait about 15 minutes for her bottle to be fully assembled. And it was in that moment that the idea for Baby Barista was born.
Did that just happen like a light bulb going off?
It really did. It was an aha moment.
And I bet Mia's proud too.
I am. Oh, thanks, Mia. This is Baby Barista.
Love the name.
Thank you.
It's catchy.
So we went with a liquid format so that we could be completely aseptic. As a matter of fact, this mixing chamber is the only thing that you need to clean.
And the metal ring allows that magnet to work there. Yeah,
right.
Cool.
So the consumable formula goes into the top of the machine. And the external water tank was also important so that you could visualize that you had clean water. This dial, we wanted it to be really user-friendly. So with one twist, you can dial in your temperature. So if baby starts to get to the point where they want a cooler temperature, that's possible. And you can dial in exact ounces and push the button and voila. You know what another nice feature is that in the middle of the night when your baby gives you a feeding cue, you can turn over in bed, touch a button, and by the time you get downstairs, your bottle's ready.
Oh, that's nice.
It's a game changer.
Can you give me that for my coffee maker?
Mike, let's go underneath the hood and take a look at the guts of what's going on here.
It's beautifully simple on the outside, but there's a lot going on the inside. Now, typically, the way a design consultancy might work in the past, designers will work on the design and then they'll throw it over the wall to engineering and then say, okay, make that work. But something as complicated as this with as much detail as going on here, and that's almost impossible that way round. Yeah, so you have to let design and engineering evolve together.
I think you should try this with a real baby.
I would love to.
So I brought my friend Leanne and her beautiful baby Vincent.
Your little buddy boy, come here.
So now it makes sense why one-hand operation is so important.
Yeah, for sure.
All you have to do at this point is push the button. You ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. And you know what's also nice is
That's cool.
This gets the whole family involved, so anyone can make a bottle.
Absolutely.
A
Plus, it's kind of
babysitter,
fun.
grandma, grandpa, anybody.
What I like most about this story is the feeding ritual has been reinvented. That ritual used to be a chore. It's now a convenience because, after all, this is what it's all about.
This next project was born out of a mother's frustration with there just not being another option. And that's what great design sometimes is.
How often do you see families struggling to feed their children, particularly toddlers, when they're out and about? This next innovation is going to make life so much easier.
I'm an owner-operator of several childcare centres. I'm also a mum to 2 gorgeous children.
So where did you see the problem for this innovation?
I was in a cafe and I could see a family, mum, dad, 2 children, a 3-year-old and a baby, all going out for morning tea. And I saw the chaos that was organising a 3-year-old and a baby to be able to all sit round together, to be able to enjoy a morning tea, became a major event involving cleaning high chairs, finding high chairs, and it became very, very stressful, and I thought there must be a way of doing this better. So I approached Form Design. They said, right, we'll do a prototype.
The challenge was we wanted to make a pram that could also be a high chair. Yeah. We wanted to do both jobs. What you'll see here is actually an off-the-shelf pram. We went out and bought one and we tried to adapt it to make it work as a high chair. That came with its own set of challenges. It had a lot of problems. It wasn't stable, it wouldn't stand upright. We then moved on to this version. We made the legs a bit wider, it sat a bit stronger. Yep. The approvals, the Australian standards, it wouldn't pass. That's where we came to what we have today, which is this one. This works in a completely different way. Instead of making the whole thing taller, we just make the seat taller. This solves our issue with the approvals and the tipping over. Right. Because as a high chair, it's still very stable.
Is it easy to use? Because that's the tricky thing.
Very, very easy. Anyone can do it anywhere.
Right, yep, put the brakes on.
Yeah, come underneath like this and we lift it up.
Wow, yep. And then it becomes a high chair. Can it fold up?
Yeah, so it folds all the way down just like a standard pram would as well.
And you know, this is the test. Can I pick it up? And yes, and I'm weak. So you could say that the Keiki Stroller builds communities.
Definitely. Well, being in the industry for 17 years, we can see lots of families feeling very isolated and disconnected. There's lots of families here that have no family, you know, and they have to really make the effort to get out there and connect. And this stroller will actually make them more comfortable going into cafes, because if you're there on your own and you're meeting up with someone, you don't want to be looking for high chairs or stressed because it's not clean or all those different things. You just go in, you lift the stroller up, and there you go, you're away.
I love the simplicity of this innovation, how it makes life easier and more enjoyable for families. And that's good for our children too.